Hello everybody and welcome to my kitchen once again. In this video I'm going to be making strawberry sweet rolls. These are moist and sticky strawberry rolls and they are made with tender homemade dough, strawberry filling, and a lemon cream cheese glaze. Super delicious. I'm going to make these for the kids for after school. So the ingredients are as follows. You're going to need 1 cup of scalding milk, half a cup of unsalted butter, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 2 large eggs, room temperature, 4 cups of flour, more or less as needed, 2 teaspoons of salt. And then for the filling and the glaze, we are going to need a strawberry pie filling. You can do a store-bought one. Other than that, I do like to make my own, so I am going to be using 2 cups of diced fresh strawberries, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and half a cup of just sugar. That's going to be for the strawberry filling. And then we're also going to need 1/4 cup of cream cheese softened, 1 tablespoon of butter, 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and the zest of 1 lemon. Those are all your ingredients. So let's get started. What we are going to do first is scald our milk, so it has to be hot. I did this in the microwave. I put it for about 2 minutes and it's super hot right now. You can do it on the stove if you want. So all you're gonna do is place the milk in a small saucepan. You're gonna bring it to a boil, and then when it reaches a boil, just remove it from the heat. And then what you're gonna do, if you're gonna do it on the stove, you're gonna pour the milk into a, like one of these, and then that butter that half cup of butter is going to go in here. And the butter, as it melts, is going to help the milk come to room temperature. So just mix it around. Make sure that the butter melts completely just by mixing it. At this point, it's pretty much melted, just about. And then what we're going to do is throw our sugar in here. This is the 1/3 cup of the sugar. Mix that around. Okay, so at this point you're going to need a thermometer. We need to let this milk come down to temperature of about 110 to 115. And once it does, then we're going to add our yeast. So we're just going to let it sit there and get to the desired temperature that we need. By testing it, mine has already reached the desired temperature. And then right now what we're gonna do is throw in our yeast. And then we're going to just let it activate between 5 to 10 minutes. So just sprinkle it in there. With your fork, just mix it around. Now we're going to just let it activate. Once your yeast has activated, it should look like this. It's got foam on the top. So now we're going to go to our mixer. In the bowl of our stand mixer, we are going to add our yeast mixture. Our 2 eggs, which are at room temperature. Our salt. And we're going to add to that 2 cups of flour. We're going to start with 2 cups. And we're going to use our bread hook for this. So we're going to just mix it until this is all combined, and then we're going to see if we need more flour. I'm going to turn it off. We are going to add another cup of flour. Mix again. So it could take 4 cups. It could take a little bit more. It could take a little bit less. So you just kind of have to eyeball it. If the dough is too sticky, yes, add more flour. You do not want the dough to be dry because you will not get moist and fluffy rolls. So we'll just continue to mix. After the 3rd cup of flour, I can see that my dough is still sticky because it's not pulling away from here. So we're going to turn it off. And I am going to add just about half a cup of flour and see if that will do. After 4 cups of flour, you're going to test it and you're going to feel. It can be just slightly sticky, but not like really stick to your fingers. So this is good. We're going to continue. We're just going to leave it in here and on low. We're going to just leave it in here and pretty much just knead it in here for 10 minutes. This will help for the yeast to get more, slightly better, and then for the gluten to help with the dough. So after 10 minutes, we'll turn it off. After 10 minutes, we're going to turn this off. The dough actually feels pretty nice right now. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is take it out of there. So just grab it all. We will be leaving it in here to double its size. So all I ultimately want to do I'm going to take it out of here on my surface. All you're going to do on your surface, do not add flour to it. You can use a scraper if it starts sticking to the bottom. And we're pretty much just going to do it like this. Just get it nice and together and smooth. And that's it. And we got a nice dough. And then what we're going to do in your same bowl, we're going to add some oil. So just in your same bowl, add some oil, spread it around. Once you have your bowl oiled, you added your dough in there, just cover it with some saran wrap, tight, and just put it in a warm place. It's going to take about 60 to 90 minutes for it to double its size. I live in Arizona, so I am going to put it outside. The heat will help it rise much faster. So once it's risen, double its size, I will show you the next step. While the dough is out there doing its thing, we are going to go ahead and get our strawberry sauce filling ready. So all you're going to do is add your strawberries, add your sugar, add your cornstarch, and we're just going to keep mixing it. It doesn't need water. You can add some lemon juice to it, which I probably will. I'm gonna add just a little bit. It doesn't need it, but I'm going to add just a little bit. And what happens is the strawberries release water, and then the sugar starts to dry up. So this might take about 20 minutes. But we're going to continue to just stir it around. And once you have reached this stage where it's thickened a little bit, you can smash the strawberries. By now they are pretty soft and they'll smash pretty easy. And that's it. And then we're just going to put it in a bowl and just let it aside to cool down. They should be cooled down by the time our dough is ready. So it should look like this. After an hour and about 20 minutes, my dough has doubled its size. What we're gonna do is just punch it down. And then we're gonna flour our surface here. Get enough flour on there, that way it doesn't stick when you're rolling it out. Now we're going to take this out here. You can put some flour on top too. I'm just gonna fold it like that. Fold it like this. And then now we're going to roll it out. Roll it out to about a 4 inch to a rectangle. Okay, now we're just going to spread our strawberry sauce on there. And careful not to come all the way out here. So just spread it around.
Skin grafts are no joke. Come on, we paid all your doctor bills, and you're healing nicely on my debt. Volunteers, me, I love skin grafts. And I'm gonna be on TV. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome everyone. I'm Lady Egyptian.
That should be good. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna start from the top over here. We're gonna start rolling this. So when you get to this point, you want to pretty much just wrap it around this way. That way the strawberries doesn't come out. What I do is I just like to pinch it here. Okay, and then now we're going to cut it. So this part is going to be messy only because of the strawberries. So what you're gonna do is just cut them as big as you want them. You can have them smaller, you can have them bigger. And the strawberries are going to end up coming out, but that's fine. Just put them together like that. And then just put it on your baking sheet. You can get the rest of the strawberries and just lay it on top or whatever. And just continue to do that with the rest. Once you have your rolls all up on there, we're going to preheat our oven. I got 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 plus a little one out of it. You can get between 9 and 12. Really just depends how big you want them. So now I'm going to preheat my oven, and we're going to about 350 degrees, and we're going to let these sit out for 30 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and get our cream cheese ready. So we are going to pretty much just throw all these ingredients into a bowl. And I'm just gonna throw it in here. Cream cheese, butter, lemon zest, the sugar, the powdered sugar, and the 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can do this with the mixer, or you can just do it with this. Just keep on mixing until it all comes together. And after mixing it for a few with the whisk, you got your cream cheese mixture. So now we're just going to wait until about 30 minutes, and then we're going to put the rolls into the oven. After 30 minutes, they are ready to go in the oven. Look at all that delicious strawberry on top. Okay, so they're gonna go in the oven about 20-25 minutes. I left them in the oven, I would say about 25 minutes, because after 20 minutes, I had noticed that they weren't done yet. So I left them an additional 5 minutes. Now what you're going to do is, as soon as you take them out of the oven, you're going to slather this on there. And you want to do it as soon as they come out of the oven. You know, if you really like this cream cheese, add a lot of it. If you don't really like it, if it's like too sweet for you, just add a little bit. And your rolls are done. You can eat them like this, nice and warm, or you can wait until they cool down. I love the strawberry on there. Oh my gosh. Honestly, can't wait to try it. I did make mine big because I like to just put mine in on a plate and eat it, you know, with a glass of milk maybe. But you can make them smaller, and of course if you make them smaller, you're gonna get smaller pieces. But here you go. Strawberry sweet rolls. Enjoy.